Hello guys, Reagan here for Reagan's Rides, and in this video we get to check out why the base spec Ford Everest Trend may just be the best value for money in the lineup. Let's do this. Base models often get a bad reputation. For the lowest possible price, the base model would normally give you a car that is a shadow of the top spec variant. It usually has lesser power, lesser tech, and only the basics to get you from point A to B. After all, you get what you pay for. Now, that is a trend that the Ford Everest, trend aims to change. See, for 1,799,000 Philippine pesos, the Ford Everest Trend is nearly 400 grand lower than the top spec titanium 4x2, and yet the Everest Trend has practically the same engine, transmission, and mechanical bits that the top spec titanium 4x2 can offer. Heck, it even looks almost the same as the pricier trim. So here's the question for today's video. Is the Ford Everest Trend the best value for money in the local Everest lineup? Here at Reagan's Rides, we do car reviews of SUVs, sports cars, trucks, and everything in between. So subscribe and hit the bell. See, that's what I like about the current lineup of the Everest here in the Philippines. It starts off with such an awesome spec, which is this base model Everest Trend. And if you have a little bit more budget, then you can go up the lineup and add more convenience features, which will make your daily drive more comfortable. The thing is, the mechanical bits of this base spec Everest Trend has not been compromised. So if you're more of a no-nonsense SUV driver, then you can save a ton of cash by just opting for this base model Everest Trend. Now, the front fascia still has that squared off and macho look that really reminds me of the Ford Bronco. Now guys, there is nothing cheap about this front end because it still has full LED lighting units down to the F-150 style C-shaped LED DRLs here. Heck, even the front grille has been given the chrome treatment, pretty similar to the higher trim. And the only way that you can tell that this is just the base model Trend is the fact that we don't get front parking sensors here. I mean, dude, seriously, this is pretty sick. Now, the side profile of this base spec Everest Trend is practically the same as the side profile of the higher trim Everest Limited. Well, we get 18-inch alloy wheels here. Now, granted, this base spec Everest Trend gets a different design for its alloy wheels, but the mechanical bits are the same. In fact, they're identical to the entire 4x2 lineup of the Ford Everest. You see, this base model Everest Trend still gets four-wheel ventilated disc brakes, which is great news because the Everest is a big boy and, it needs all of the stopping power that it can get. Now, it also has the same suspension bits here. We've got a standard duty front and rear suspension, and for the ground clearance, it stands at 223 millimeters, which is perfect for a pickup-based midsize SUV. When you say base trim, you would think that getting a set of LED taillights would be an awesome piece of news. Now, that, my friends, is exactly what we get here. You see, the base model Everest Trend has a pair of LED taillights, and we even have this really cool-looking gloss black center trim that has the Everest lettering. However, guys, when you pop open this liftgate, that's when you'll realize that you have the base trim because you do have just a manual liftgate here. Now, that's not really a big issue as long as you're 5'6" adult or taller. Now that we have this thing open, guys, you'll see that we have the exact same cargo space as the other Everest in the lineup. With the third row seats folded, we can still fit a medium-sized luggage plus another two more, beside it, so that's a total of three, and a fourth medium-sized luggage here near the liftgate area. The thing is, guys, I'm going to share with you a really cool feature of the Everest Trend. You see, we have our tools found underneath the floor here, just like any regular mid-size SUV, but this Everest Trend comes with, believe it or not, comes with a stand. We have a stand here, as you can see, there. In fact, we have two stands on the left and the right side, which will help you prop up that covering so that you can access your tools, quite easily. Now, dude, this is a really cool feature. Yeah, it's totally unnecessary, but I'm really loving it that Ford even thought of giving us something like this. Now, one of the best news for the base spec Everest Trend is the fact that it gets the same engine and transmission that's found in the entire Everest 4x2 lineup. So that means that we get a 2-liter 4-cylinder turbo diesel motor here that puts out 168 horsepower and 405 newton meters of torque. Now, that power is sent to the rear wheels via a 6-speed automatic transmission. Now, usually, guys, when you say base model, well, it would normally get an older and less powerful engine. But I'm really, really happy to see that it's no longer the case for the Ford Everest Trend. Since the exterior and mechanical bits of the base spec Everest Trend is practically the same as the higher trims, then there should be more cuts found here inside the cabin, right? Well, okay, yes, the Trend gets some cuts here and there, but thankfully, these cuts are really not really essential. It's not essential, and truth be told, they really won't make your drive any less comfortable. Case in point, the rear view mirror is not auto-dimming. Yeah, who cares? We also don't have a power adjustable front passenger seat. Yeah, boo-hoo on that. And the climate control is a manual affair, which, dude, seriously, it's not a big deal. Oh yeah, right. What's a big deal here, guys, is, well, the driver's side, sunshade or sun visor doesn't get a vanity mirror. OMG. Dude, we don't get a vanity mirror. Yeah. Who the hell cares, right? Now, the great news here is all the essential features are the same as the higher trim. I mean, we get the same 10-inch portrait-style, touchscreen infotainment system here that still comes with wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto, and we still have a reverse camera. Now, we also have, we have this dual, console here. We have dual glove boxes here in the front, in this base model Everest Trend. I mean, dude, this is great because you get more storage space here. Now, the gauge cluster is also fully digital in a base freaking model. I mean, wow! Now, as for the safety bits of this base model Trend, well, as you are seeing on your screen, it is exactly the same as the higher trim 4x2 Ford Everest in the Philippines. I mean, it's decent enough to keep you safe, although, yes, I will have to say that I'm a little bit bummed out that we don't get driver assist aids. But then again, this is a base model, so I'm not one to complain. So you see, guys, if you're not maarte, all right, and you can do without niceties like a power adjustable front passenger seat or, heaven forbid, that vanity mirror on the driver's side, this Everest Trend makes a hell of a lot more sense than even the higher trim Everest 4x2s out there. The second row seats of the base spec Everest Trend takes a bit of a step back because it loses the USB charge ports found here. However, we still get a 12-volt charging outlet, so it's not really a big deal. Plus, we still have those ceiling-mounted AC vents to keep you cool and comfortable. Now, as for the actual space, well, you still get the same spacious second row area here that you can expect from all Ford Everest. I mean, this is one of its biggest advantages. And as for the third row, well, if you're a 5'6" or even a 5'7" dude and you get to sit at the third row, well, you'll be happy to know that it's quite comfortable there, even if you go on a long trip. Naka-child lock! The Ford Everest Trend is clearly a case of getting much more than what you paid for. It delivers in all the key areas that any midsize SUV owner would look for and adds a lot more in terms of tech and convenience. For the rugged Everest driver whose only requirement is a robust 4x2 system and enough diesel power to haul people and stuff, then the Ford Everest Trend truly presents the best value for money in the local Everest lineup. Heck, we can even go on and say, in the entire midsize SUV category here in the Philippines. Anyway, thanks for watching.